What I'm saying, he's gonna be uncomfortable. He's gonna get to a point where his head, his brain won't be able to give him the answers he's looking for. His body won't be able to react. And when that time comes, he's in deep waters. He's in trouble now. And then that's when his heart is gonna come with me. He's not gonna be able to handle it.
He must not know. He must not know where I'm from.
He won't be able to have answers.
How do you see this fight playing out? Because your father predicted a knockout. Your promoter, Eddie Hearn, predicted a knockout. How do you see it playing out?
Same way. I definitely predict a knockout for sure. You know, I'm gonna go in there and have my fun and be me.
Xander Zayas is not intimidated by Jaron boots and his knockout power. He believes his adaptability, discipline, and ring IQ will be enough to handle the challenge. Zayas is confident that if he sticks to his game plan and stays composed, he can compete with and potentially defeat anyone in the division, including Ennis.
Same way I always see it play out. I always make the adjustments. I win. A winner wins. I always find a way. Simple as that.
Do you think you can stop this man?
I know that if I do the right things, I will stop him.
Absolutely not.
I know if I do the right things, I will stop him.
Absolutely
Everybody
not.
will go down.
Absolutely not.
Everybody will go down.
Absolutely not.
Why do you say that?
Cause there's just so much that I see. I know for a fact that I know he's not able to take this.
I'm glad you think that way. I really do.
Xander Zayas has promised to deliver his best performance when it matters most, especially with high stakes and doubters watching closely. On the other hand, Jaron Ennis is determined to finally get the recognition he feels he deserves, believing that a unified champion cannot be defined by a single loss. He has made it clear that he plans to leave the ring as a two-division, two-time champion.
When the stakes are high, when there's a lot of doubt, that's when I show up and that's when I show out. And June 27th, I will show up and I will show out.
And what are they going to be saying about Boots Ennis after this fight?
After this fight, I feel like I'm gonna get, I'm gonna get some recognition. Then you know how these other guys are. You know, they gonna try to downplay him, but you can't downplay a unified champion. And then he get beat, things like that. But June 27th, in the new two-time weight division.
Xander Zayas is deep in training camp, drilling sharp, powerful combinations on the pads with his trainer as he gears up to prove he is the true #1 at 154 pounds. Every session is intense and highly focused, built with one clear purpose: to make a strong statement on fight night. While Jaron's offensive firepower has never been in question, Chad Casino highlighted an area that still needs improvement. He praised Boots as an incredibly skilled fighter, but noted that he still gets hit too cleanly at times and could benefit from tightening up his defense. Even with that flaw, Casino acknowledged that Ennis's flashy, aggressive style is exactly what fans enjoy watching and what helps fill arenas. The discussion around risk versus reward for Xander Zayas has intensified, with Paulie Malignaggi admitting he was surprised the fight came together this early. He described Zayas as a highly marketable fighter willing to step up against anyone, but also pointed out that facing Jaron Ennis at this stage of his career is a significant gamble.
As great as he is, being a switch hitter, good defense, my dog gets hit too clean.
Yeah.
He gets hit too clean sometimes when he's fighting.
Yeah.
Now he shrugs it off, and I don't think he's faced someone that has the kind of power to hurt him. He's been hurt before, obviously, but I don't think he's faced anyone with that kind of power where some of those clean shots he took, if it's a certain fighter, you're going to sleep.
That's what it is. That's what it is. But I think that's the main question on both of them.
That's it for Boots, sharpening up a little bit more on his defense end.
Yeah.
Just defensively, he has a phenomenal style, very exciting fighter. He had the kind of style that's flashing.
Furthermore, Paulie Malignaggi added that while the upcoming fight may not definitively crown the undisputed best fighter at 154 pounds, the real focus is on marketability. He believes Xander Zayas is one of the most marketable young boxers in the Western world, largely due to his strong Puerto Rican fan base. Malignaggi also suggested that as Zayas captures a championship, his connection with supporters could elevate him into a major star in the boxing business regardless of other contenders.
Fighter, so that's why I was surprised that they're taking this chance with him a little early. If he wins, he's a mega star. Ennis is one of the best fighters in the sport today. This is a fight I think both of them need, but But I think Ennis needed it more because Ennis is a little older. With Zayas, you had time to wait on this kind of risk. So credit to both guys for making it. Credit to the zone for making it, for getting.
Bowies remained measured when discussing a potential fight between his son Jaron and Xander Zayas. He acknowledged it would be a strong matchup and showed respect for Zayas as a quality opponent, but stopped short of making any predictions. When asked about Jaron becoming an undisputed champion, Boost Ennis stayed realistic about the complexities of the sport and refused to put a specific timeline on that goal.
Before you think, or they have to go through
I don't know. I don't know if they're the best at 154. It's certainly Pandora has to be considered, you know. But Zayas is, again, he's the most marketable guy right now in this hemisphere, I think, as far as young guys. Not that Ennis isn't. Again, but that Puerto Rican fan base, if you give them a champion like that with all the marketability that Zayas has, they will blend in very nicely into the modern.
Adding to the same concern, Terrence Crawford noted that Zaz's youth and hunger could pose a serious threat early in the fight. He warned that Jaron Ennis must stay alert and avoid letting Zaz build any early momentum. However, Crawford also believes that if Ennis maintains his composure and handles the pressure, his superior experience will eventually begin to take control as the rounds progress.
Once you get in there, see, I can't really say, oh, no, he's going to be tough. But I knew Jonas was tough.
Yeah. Do you have like a certain timeline? Like, all right, if he can't get one more champion in the ring by the end of the year, we're just going to move up.
Well, we understood it.
Meanwhile, Tim's issue saw a clear advantage for Jaron Ennis in terms of overall polish and ring awareness during high-pressure moments. He believes those qualities will become more evident as the fight moves into the later rounds. If Ennis can maintain control and stay composed, Zoo expects him to pull away and secure the win.
At this point in his career, but it shows his heart and his confidence, that he has in himself. And he's ready to go make history for his country. And he's going to do real well in that fight. I just think, right now, is a little bit.
In essence, Andre Ward believes Jaron Ennis has a defensive flaw as he can be hit cleanly at times. He is concerned that Xander Zayas' power could potentially exploit this vulnerability more effectively than Ennis's previous opponents. However, Ward also added that if Zayas were to defeat Ennis, it would signal his arrival as Puerto Rico's next major boxing superstar.
Boots.
I got Boots. Yeah, I got Boots. I think he's too skillful. IQ level, how quick he is.
Furthermore, Andre Ward stated that if Jaron Ennis can decisively defeat Xander Zayas, it would confirm his widely recognized potential and prove he is fully ready for the biggest stage in boxing.
So much that I don't always see Boots, even though he does have skill defensively, he doesn't always use it. I see Boots sometimes get hit with clean flush shots, and I'll see him get hit in a fight with a repeated shot. And my boxing brain says, you took that shot against this guy. What if you get hit with that same shot against that guy? So those are my initial concerns about the fight for both guys. But if it is the right time for Xander and he's able to pull this off and beat Boots on points or somehow hurt Boots and stop Boots and put on a great performance, Puerto Rico has...
Timothy Bradley also weighed in, stating that Xander Zayas brings the right tools to make things difficult for Jaron, and he pointed to Zaz's size, ring awareness, and precise counterpunching as key factors that could disrupt Ennis from settling into a rhythm. Bradley also believes Zaz's offensive approach is built to capitalize on any defensive lapses from Boots.
To deal with Xander Zayas and stop him and dominate him is going to prove a lot of what we've already seen and know about Boots, is that he has it and he just needed to...
That uncertainty only adds to the tension surrounding this matchup. Bradley rejects the idea of an easy night for Ennis, viewing the fight with Zayas as far more competitive than many expect. While he acknowledges questions around Zaz's power, he still sees him as a live and dangerous opponent capable of making the fight uncomfortable.
Energetic as he is. You understand that? Bigger than he is. Probably just as strong as he is. High boxing IQ just as well as he does. Got skills, good counterpuncher, good legs, good movement. Can throws in bunches. Got a left hook. Which is the punch that boosts.
Coach Breadman drew a clear line between amateur experience and professional readiness. He pointed out that Xander Zayas turned pro early and never competed at the Olympic or World Championship level. While Jaron Ennis came through a very different developmental path, Breadman believes Ennis is still close to his physical peak, making any direct comparison between the two feel premature at this stage.
Foregone conclusion, Boots gonna knock out Xander? Shit, yeah, I can see it both ways. I know Xander ain't got no pop like that, but man, this is a hell of a matchup. That's what I'm gonna tell y'all. This is a hell of a matchup right here, and this is gonna answer a lot of questions that I have for.
Breadman admitted there are still unknowns heading into this fight, but he strongly favors Jaronis. He believes Zayas could potentially pull off an upset, but when it comes to pure skill, he sees a clear gap between the two. Breadman even predicted a stoppage, saying that unless something unexpected happens, he cannot envision Boots losing this fight.
Xander would have done in the Olympics or the World Championships because he never got to that point. He turned pro a little bit early. And it's not a knock on him, but they're just at different stages in their careers, different fights, just different people. It's just totally different. And Boots is not 35. You know what I'm saying? He's not 30. He's a 28-year-old dude, man, that's fresh. That's Roy Jones he wasn't past his prime when he fought Tarver, but it was just different circumstances. Coming down in weight, a little bit older, Tarver could fight his butt off. Tarver's in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? So, and Xander hasn't proven it.
Meanwhile, Richard Torres Jr. defended his longtime friend Xander Zayas, arguing that the young fighter is being underestimated largely because of his age. While most predictions lean heavily toward Jaron Ennis, Torres believes people are overlooking Zayas' accomplishments and the composure he shows inside the ring. He thinks Zayas' calm attitude, sharp instincts, and overall ring presence could change the narrative much quicker than fans expect.
See how they go. He might have Boots' number. I don't know. You asked me for a prediction. I'm picking Boots by stoppage.
Yeah.
I'm wrong. And then call me the next day, and you just tell me that I'm wrong. But right now, I just don't see how Xander could beat him, bro. I don't. Again, unless there's something freaky happen, disqualification or something weird like that. Yes, but just skill for skill, talent for talent, punch for punch. I think that Boots is going. I just see a big difference in the two of them.
In the press conference, you got to see, both teams there, and obviously you hear that, they wanted to proceed on doing.
Richard Torres Jr. pushed back on the growing doubt surrounding Xander Zayas, defending him not just out of loyalty, but because he genuinely believes Zayas has already proven himself at the world level. Torres pointed to Zayas' movement, feints, and ability to control distance as key weapons that could give Jaron Ennis serious trouble.
Just cheer him on and stuff like that. I'm a Xander fan, and I think Xander's gonna win. I think people are underestimating Xander so much. It's insane to me. Like, people are all like, "Oh, like Xander's not ready for Boots. This isn't, Boots is gonna wash him out. Boots is gonna do this. Boots is gonna do that." Xander's a world champ, a multiple belt world champ, and he's showcased who he is time and time again. I think people are just like washing him out or like overlooking him because he's so young. But I'm giving it to Xander. I think Xander's his boxing ability, his ring IQ, his presence, his just stature. I think it's gonna be tough.
Jaron Ennis, on the other hand, believes his experience against elite competition sets him apart from Xander Zayas. He welcomed the fight and made it clear that any mistake from Zayas would come with serious consequences. Zayas brushed off the trash talk, insisting that all the words will mean nothing once they step in the ring on June 27th.
Who's gonna do this? Man, y'all don't know Xander. You know what I mean? Like, Xander's like that. He's gonna fight his butt off. And if I don't know Boots either, so I'm sorry if Boots, you're a cool dude or whatever, but Xander's my guy, and so I'm gonna rock with my guy through and through, and not just because he's my guy, but because he's a great fighter and a world champ. I'm rocking with him,
What does Xander have to do to win that fight against Boots?
I think Xander has to one feint. I want to see him feint and just get Boots off his rhythm, and then after he does that, I would like to see Xander to continue.
The countdown to June 27th has turned the boxing world into a storm of predictions, doubts, and bold promises. Xander Zayas believes this is his moment to silence the critics and prove he belongs at the very top. Jaron sees it as his chance to finally earn the respect and recognition that has long followed him. Coaches, analysts, and former champions have all weighed in, some backing experience, others betting on youth and hunger. But once the bell rings in New York, all the talk will fade, and only the two men in the ring will decide who truly rules at 154 pounds. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like and subscribe. We'll keep you updated on every move leading up to this massive showdown.
Got 2 belts over here, accomplished a lot at 23 years old, but you believe you're levels above him. You're levels above the guys that he's fought before.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Why do you think that?
I've been there with, top guys already, and I've been at the level, for a while now. So I know what it takes, to be here, and it's different up here, and like I said, I'm glad he took the fight. And like I said, he gonna see. I don't really got too much to say. For real. If he make any mistakes, he gonna pay for sure. Guaranteed.
You're laughing at that.
No, it's just, I like it because it's the way he's supposed to. It's the way we all supposed to think. We go in there, we're confident. We try to play in these mind games and we try to act tough and stuff. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day,